Hey Rice, it's Bryce. And so guys, I actually had already filmed a video for this week, and I literally just got done filming and I was gonna edit it, and then I found out that Stan Lee passed away. And hearing that, I was just, I don't know, I wanted to talk about it. I think it would be cool for me to give my perspective on it. So personally, I don't really like Marvel movies. I really did enjoy the original Spider-Man series with Tobey Maguire and stuff, like movie-wise, but other than that, I kind of fell out of Marvel movies, didn't really like them and all that. Obviously, Stan Lee just wrote the original characters and stuff, and he wasn't like super involved in the movies and whatnot, obviously, but I'm just letting you know, I'm not a huge Marvel fan. But even with not being a huge Marvel fan, I have such a respect for Stan Lee because of what he was able to accomplish. Like, Stan Lee was able to create these characters that really taught kids good morals through these comic books of superheroes, you know, saving people and doing the right thing, and that's what they were all about. He created these heroic stories through comics that were able to connect with kids, that were able to tell kids how to act and help teach them like what it meant to be a hero, what it meant to be a good person. That's what he was able to proclaim through his silly stories and comics, these superheroes. It's really cool. It's a really, really cool accomplishment. And I think him doing that really shows how good of a heart he really has. I mean, I'm going to show you one of my favorite clips of Stan Lee, which is him answering a question at like some convention or something from this kid. You know what? Just take a look.
Your talent in creating comics. I mean, you created Spider-Man. I practically lived my early childhood with Spider-Man. I didn't even stop getting one single thing that involved Spider-Man. It was just this. If I saw a toy, it was only this. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And I have one question. When I get a cat, can I name it after you?
Can you name it after you?
Well, only if I get paid some sort of a commission. What kind of a cat? Would that be a nice, handsome, male, powerful, intelligent cat?
Yes!
You can name him after me.
Stan Lee just really gets humor, and he really gets just being like a nice guy to people. Like, watching him respond to this kid and just being like, yeah, you can name my cat after me if you give me a commission, or, you know, he's really good looking and handsome and all this stuff, and just like, it just shows you what kind of guy he is. He's just this lighthearted, fun guy that's really just caring about kids and being a good influence. It's really cool. Stan Lee has had a huge impact on our society. Like, he has had a huge impact on our culture, and it's such a beautiful thing to know that, like, that was a guy who had this sweet heart that's been impacting our culture so tremendously through his writings now and the way they're now being shown in movies and whatnot. It's really inspiring, and it's really cool to see. One of the first things that I think about when I think of the way Stan Lee has impacted the culture and the world and even my family is looking at my little cousin who was able to connect with his stepdad through the Marvel movies, and like both liking them so much and just connecting over these characters. And, you know, his stepdad loved the Marvel comics and the characters, and now my little cousin's seeing all these new movies. He's really connecting with that, and just watching how they both were able to connect just because they both loved Marvel superheroes and the stories that they told. And I don't know, it's just so cool to see how Stan Lee was able to bring these people of way different ages and different cultural backgrounds together through these stories that he wrote. It's honestly really, really inspiring. So if by any chance that any of Stan Lee's family is watching this or something, I just want you to know, like, he had such an impact on our culture. He had such an impact on even me as someone who doesn't really like Marvel movies or Marvel things. He just had this way of creating these stories that connected with almost anybody. And I think that's really, really cool, and I just hope that's an encouragement to you guys. So, well, anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video, which may actually end up being this week since this one's going to be so short. But love you guys, and I'll see you whenever that video comes out.